Hey, welcome to Matt and Olivia's amazing tale. A whirlwind romance sparked an extraordinary adventure. They had a next-day date, yet Matt didn't know she was returning to prison. Time flies, 4 years passed in a blink. After getting out, Matt worked at his brother's law firm, only to find out his client was Olivia, and she had a hilarious excuse for ghosting. Luckily, Olivia didn't dwell on it, and their romance heated up fast. Just recently, they found out they were about to be mum and dad. Matt discovered through credit card transactions that after dropping her at the airport, Olivia didn't board the plane. She hailed a cab instead. She also emptied the bank account, taking €50,000. That night, Tony told Matt the hit and run car was linked to the man in the video. The guy's name is Seth, and he's quite the character. He and Matt even did time at the same prison. But Matt didn't remember him at all. Then Olivia called, claiming she was in meetings all day. Matt asked about the video, but Olivia insisted she hadn't sent any. When Matt mentioned he was heading to Germany tomorrow, she abruptly hung up. The next morning, Matt got a strange call from Seth, who threatened him not to tell anyone or Olivia would lose her tongue. Then the doorbell rang. Matt hesitated to answer right away. Soon after, a note slipped through the crack. Matt picked it up and opened the door. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, a nun miraculously leaped from a window. The next day, the police arrived at the convent. Although all evidence pointed to suicide, the principal thought things might not be that simple. Her name was Maria, and she was a devoted believer. In her faith, suicide is a big sin, so she couldn't have possibly committed suicide. Soon, Joanna found out Maria's identity was completely fake. She didn't even have a phone or credit card. The police couldn't verify her identity. The coroner found no signs of beating before her death. The cause of death was a fatal fall, but this nun was anything but ordinary. She had huge tattoos on her abdomen. Plus, this woman had some serious enhancements in the chest department. Quite remarkable. The police entered the nun's room and made some significant discoveries. There was a picture with a note that read "Forgive me," but nobody recognized the woman in the photo. They found a crumpled note in the toilet. Funny enough, one pillowcase was missing from the room. Joanna had the coroner check for cotton fibers in the airway, then gave the nun's call log to the principal. After testing, the coroner found cotton fibers in the nun's lungs, confirming she had been smothered with a pillow before her demise. Meanwhile, a phone number was found on the toilet's crumpled paper, and police quickly located its owner. The guy said he met the nun in a bar that night and offered to drive her back to the hotel, only to have her suddenly want to leave in the middle of the night. But he didn't know the nun's name or identity, so the police checked the surveillance footage. The footage showed him dropping the nun off at her destination, but little did she know she was actually being followed. A masked man kidnapped the nun, demanding to know where the guy was. She refused to talk and managed to escape at the last moment. She leaped off the balcony. The police reviewed the footage and realized she fell so hard that the masked man nearby vomited. He just happened to place his hand on a nearby car, and the police quickly lifted the fingerprints. Meanwhile, Joanna found a strange landline number in the nun's call log, rushed over to the address, rang the bell a few times, but no one answered. So she left a note, and just as she was about to leave, the door opened and there stood Matt. Joanna was looking for Matt regarding the nun's murder. She received a call from this house before she died. But both Matt and his sister-in-law said they hadn't made the call, and they didn't recognize the nun in the photo at all. Joanna learned this was his sister-in-law's house, and the nanny was usually around to look after the kids. After Joanna left, Matt immediately received a call from Seth, asking what he said and where was he going. Matt replied, no, he wanted to talk to her. Little did he know behind him, a man was stealthily observing him. The man was named Lacey, the troublemaker from that fateful night at the bar. Lacey found Joanna at the police station, revealing Matt's criminal record and mentioning the hit and run from last night. In short, Matt was definitely not a good guy. He needed to be investigated. Even though Joanna wasn't a fan of Lacey, he proved to be. She asked Matt's sister-in-law's nanny, who confirmed she didn't make the call since she wasn't working that day. It turned out Matt was babysitting and his sister-in-law had no clue. The police retrieved Matt's records and found out he partnered with his brother to open a law firm after being released. Unfortunately, his brother passed away from a brain hemorrhage, while Matt's wife, Olivia, had no criminal history either. Joanna asked her colleagues to find a way to obtain Matt's fingerprints to compare with those left by the killer. To further verify, Joanna contacted Dennis' parents. Danny's mom said she had forgiven Matt a long time ago. She mentioned that Matt cried a river, wishing he could trade places. After getting out, she treated him like her deceased child, visiting him weekly. But Danny's dad didn't think so. He felt Matt's punishment was far too lenient. He viewed him as a hypocritical jerk, and it was rumored he had even killed someone in prison. So Joanna went to the prison to find one of Matt's old friends for further investigation. Before going to prison, Matt was actually a fair-skinned college student who often got bullied, but he didn't choose to just sit there and endure it. Subtitles: he silently trained, gradually growing stronger, and ultimately became the rival of those jerks. On one fateful night, an unexpected conflict broke out. It spiraled out of control, causing one person to fall from the second floor. Although it was officially ruled an accident, everyone suspected Matt was involved. Moreover, Joanna learned that everyone in prison knew the sexy nun. Her name was Emma. That's a wrap on our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting content.